What's going on, y'all? Peter Griffin here. Alright, so Wuthering just had the live stream for version 3.1, and in all honesty, this patch actually looks very solid. I've been seeing a lot of people call it mid, and to call it mid is pretty crazy in my opinion. It's a very big downplay to call it mid because with the amount of events and the amount of rewards that they have lined up for this patch, to call it mid even after all that is still wild to me. So this patch, it's actually a very solid patch. It's nothing crazy. It's not like some grand, like, great patch. It's a very solid patch. It's just a good patch. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I'm going to be doing today is that I'm going to be covering all the content that was shown within the live stream for this patch. So without a doubt, let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to go over before I show the content and the events and the banners, I want to go over the rewards because the rewards are actually pretty stacked in my opinion. So just by logging in for the game, you get 25 free pulls. Yeah, you heard that right. 25 free pulls. And the reason why I find this crazy is because this is the patch after like the major patch. And what I mean by that is that we just had the major patch 3.0, and then this is meant to be the follow-up patch 3.1. And usually a lot of the time after a gacha game has like a major patch like 3.0 or 2.0, usually the patch after that, whether it be like 2.1 or 3.1, it's usually like pretty, I don't want to say pretty bad, but it's usually like worse by a decent margin. And in all honesty, I don't think this patch is decently worse than 3.0. I still think it's like I still think this patch is worse than 3.0, but it's not like a grand like gap where it's not like much worse. It's still like a decent patch. But the fact that we're getting this amount of rewards for a follow-up patch after 3.0 is still crazy to me. So yeah, I'm very glad for these rewards. 25 free pulls. This is going straight towards a myth. I'm very glad for it. And they're also giving a free skin for male and female rover. And in all honesty, I think these skins look mid. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These skins look mid. And it's not even because they're school outfit designs. Like, that's not the problem. It's just the fact that these school outfit designs don't even look better than the main skins. Like, straight up. Like, I see no reason to use these skins over base male and female rover. And I think what they could have done to make these skins better is to make it similar to Zhang Liao's outfit. Because if they made it similar to Zhang Liao's school outfit, the outfits would have actually looked so much better, man. And honestly, I do think they sold the bag with these two skins because I still just don't see a reason to use these skins over the base skins. Like, if you like these two skins, like, I'm not going to stop you from using them. If you like them, that's good for you. But me personally, I see no reason to ever use these skins if you ask me. So overall, I'm honestly pretty disappointed with these skins. For a first skin for a male and female rover, I do think they're very disappointing. So I do wish it could have been better, but I mean, hey, at least we're getting free skins though. And then next up, this part caught me off guard is Wuthering With is having a spending event, and I'm gonna get to this part right here. These spike skins, which are also actually no, I want to talk about these spike skins first because these spike skins are honestly these spike skins are low-key a scam. So as you can see, we got the AMAT bike, which does look very good. I'm not going to lie. This does look good. But $25. $25 for a bike skin? Like, this is a scam. I don't care what anyone says. This is a straight-up scam. $25 for a bison? Hell no. But at max, I think this should be $10. Anything more than $10, don't even buy it. And then for Yuno and Jisa, these skins look good. But should these be $10? No. These should be $5 at max, so I honestly don't even think I would honestly cop any of these. And another reason I wouldn't cop these skins is because of the Sonic and Shadow bike skins, because I think those two bike skins are easily the best bike skins in the game. So because of those two skins, I just don't see a reason for me to cop any of these three skins. Like, they look good, but are they better than the Sonic and Shadow bike skins? Hell no. I don't think they even compare. So these three skins, they look good. Are they worth the price? God, no, especially the AMAT skin. Like, if I see anybody actually buy the AMAT skin, oh god, it's gonna be... Man, you're just wasting money if you buy this. Like, this is almost $30. I just want to put this out here. Actually, with tax too, this is going to be almost $30. That is just crazy to me, man. This is honestly some Hoyo level stuff right here. Like, this is something you would see in ZZZ or HSR with this level of price right here for a skin, which is just like, I don't even know what to say to this. So overall, the bike skins, they look good, but the prices suck. That's all I'm gonna say. These prices, horrible. But anyway, for the spending event, I've been seeing a lot of people actually outraged by this, but this is probably going to sound like a little bit of a hot take. I actually don't think the spending event is bad because the rewards were honestly kind of garbage. And I know a lot of people are going to compare this to Hoyo versus spending events, which I do want to make a separate video on, but what I'm going to say is that I don't think the spending event comes anywhere close to any of Hoyoverse's spending events. Because these rewards, they're just pretty mid. They're okay. Actually, oh no. Actually no, they're actually garbage. Actually no. Scratch that. They're not mid. They're garbage. Like you're getting 2 weapon pulls, 1 standard pull, 1 regular pull. That's like nothing almost. You're getting 1 standard weapon, which isn't bad. This is actually pretty good. Because these standard weapons are actually worth it. So I think the fact that they're locking these standard weapons behind the spending event is kind of crazy. But these rewards right here aren't bad. And then for the 3 resonators that you're able to pick, this lineup, it's kind of, I don't want to, this lineup's kind of bad if you ask me. Because you got Jinsey, I'm not going to lie, she's very worthless. She has absolutely no value. She's outdated and has been power crept by all the other characters. Camellia is kind of in a similar situation, except she does better. Like, I still use Camellia to this day. She's easily my most played character, and her team is my most used team. But I think the fact they put Camellia in here is kind of crazy. And then Shorekeeper is just like, they just threw her in here because why not? But another reason why I find these 3 picks right here just also invalidated is because if you are a beginner to this game, like if you start playing the game in version 3.1, you can get all 3 of these characters from the beginner banner. So I think the fact that they put these 3 characters here from the beginner banner is just pointless. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even know why they're doing the spending event. It's very worthless. So I think if people are going to make an outrage for it, I think you're just wasting your time. Like I'm still going to make a video talking about it and comparing it to Hoyoverse's spending events. But if you think the spending event is as bad as Hoyoverse or it's anywhere near Hoyoverse, then you're on crack. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You're on crack if you think this is anywhere close to Hoyoverse's. So overall, the awards for this patch, they look good. Spending event, they should honestly just not even have it. You're really not missing anything from the spending event straight up. Like you could skip this and your account will be just fine. Honestly, I'd go as far as say your account will be better by skipping this. So anyway, now let's get into the patch itself. So there's 2 story quests that they're adding. These story arts actually do look good, but again, it's not enough for me to play the story because I do not care for this game's story anymore. It lost me a while ago. But the trailers did look good, I'm not gonna lie. Trailers did look good. And now before I get to the optimizations, I want to talk about the banners. And for the banners, I called it. I called it in my second most recent video about Elemental Rework. I called it. I said when Amat does get revealed, there's a chance that Chisa could come back. And would you look at this? Chisa is back. So I was correct. Amat is going to have Fusion Burst in her kit. And for the people who pulled Chisa early, what did I say? I told you made the right decision. Chisa was an investment, and I am so glad that paid off. I am so glad that paid off. Never had doubt in her. I am so glad I'm part of the people that actually pulled for her. For anyone saying that she was low value pull, I'm not gonna lie, you look goofy. You look goofy saying that now. Because she is gonna be finally available on another team, and it's gonna be so good. And they're also adding Lupa back into this banner. Well, for a rerun, which doesn't surprise me. Amat's a fusion character, Lupa's a fusion support. Not surprising that Lupa's getting a rerun. Kind of crazy though, this is Lupa's already, 3rd rerun, and she's not even that old. So I find that pretty funny. So I think the fact that Lupa's getting a rerun already, she's getting a 3rd rerun, my bad, is pretty funny. But the banners for phase 1, these look good, I'm not gonna lie. So if you have Chisa and Lupa, you're fine. But if you're free to play and you don't have Chisa or Lupa and you want Amat, I'm not gonna lie, you're a little bit screwed. Unless you have Lene, because she could also work with Toon Break, but Amat is most likely gonna be a Fusion Burst character, so we still gotta wait and see. I could be wrong, but for free to plays, Amat does look kind of cooked. But again, we'll wait and see. But either way, though, I'm saved for this. I'm saved. I got Chisa and Lupa with their Sig. Ooh, we already know my Amat team is going to be so good. It's going to do a lot of damage. And then for phase 2, they're adding Luke Hurston and then Galbrina. And I'm not going to lie, phase 2 is disappointing because you got Galbrina, which is nice. And then there's Luke Hurston, which is just, he just looks garbage. His animations, I'm not going to lie, his animations do look good, but his animations weren't enough to sell me. I still think he has the worst design in the entire game, and even though his animations do look really good, that's not enough. His design is still horrible. And if I got Brina, yes, it's good that she's getting a rerun, but Amat is going to be in phase 1. So if you pull Amat and you don't have Galbrina, there's really no reason for you to use her. Granted, Galbrina does have the better free-to-play friendly teams. She does have more friendly teams. So I would say Galbrina, she's a lot more flexible. But if you do pull Amath, you essentially have no reason to pull Galbrina. That's my take on this. So if you aren't able to get Amath, I would definitely suggest getting Galbrina because she is very easy to build, and with her teams, you really don't need much. Like, you could get her, then you could just slot in Mortifi as slot 2, and then slot 3, put in a Verena or Showkeeper, boom. You already have a very strong team for Galbrina. So, the banners, they do look good. Do they look free-to-play friendly? Not really, though, no. Because if you want Amath, again, I could be wrong on this, but she's mostly going to be a fusion burst. If you don't have Chisa or Lupa, you're screwed, I'm not going to lie. So, phase 1, you're going to need all 3 of these characters. But if you don't go for Amath, at least you'll be able to get Galbrina if you don't have her. And for free-to-play, again, Galbrina is very easy to build, so I do think Galbrina is worth it. Luke Carson, just skip him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to see this character make money. I don't even know how this character got out of the. I don't even know how this concept made it art. Like, I don't know who at Crow Games greenlit this design, but they should have scrapped him easily. Like, if I was so on, I would have scrapped this design. Frame 1 would have made them redraw everything from scratch for this character. So Luke Carson, I think he might be the lowest selling banner in this entire game. I'm not gonna lie, which is crazy to say because Rashi is in the game, but we'll see though. We will see. Now for the weapons though, these weapons, they look good, but Amath's weapon, this looks crazy. The Amath's weapon, I think might be my new favorite weapon. It's really a tie between her weapon and Chisa's weapon, but I think I might have to give a slight edge to Amath's weapon because I do like the pink and blue colors towards like the end, and honestly the base of the sword too. I like this, man. It looks so cool, but Chisa's weapon is definitely a close follow-up. A close second. And Luke Carson's weapon doesn't look too bad. It looks okay in my opinion. It doesn't look anything crazy. And then for the phase 1 of the weapon banners, again, it's just going to be Amath, Chisa, and Lupa's weapons. Nothing too crazy. Same for phase 2. It's just going to be Galbrina and Luke Carson's weapons. That's it. So overall, for the banners, phase 1 looks stacked. If you're free to play though, if you don't have as much saved, you might be a little bit screwed. But for phase 2, if you are free to play, if you could pick up Galbrina, I think you'll be just fine. Luke Carson, I honestly don't know, nor do I care what his team composition is going to be, but I suggest everyone just skips him. So phase 2 honestly looks very empty, and besides Galbrina. And then phase 1, stacked. But if you don't own Lupa or Chisa, I think you're just honestly screwed because you're probably going to have to spend to get all 3. But luckily for me, I own Lupa and Chisa with their weapons, so all I have to do is get Amath in her weapon. How hard could that be? Hopefully it won't be that hard. And then for the events, there are a lot of events stacked up for this patch, as you can see. Like, there are about, let me just do a count real quick. 11. There are 11 events this patch. Hence why I said earlier, for the people who called this patch mid are crazy. Because this patch has so many rewards and events lined up, it's crazy. It's just like, bro, like, these many events for a non-major patch? Come on, man, this looks good. Okay, so some of the events, for the gameplay that they showed for look fine. Some of them look fine, some of them just look very boring, and then some actually look kind of fun. Like for this event right here, like let me bring it up right here since I still have the live stream brought up. So for the oh, that's the wrong tab. So for the Rainback Migration Mayhem event, this is literally what the gameplay is going to be. This gameplay, I kid you not, this looks boring. Like straight up, this honestly, yeah, this looks boring, and honestly, it looks kind of ass, like straight up. I'm not gonna lie, this looks like another login daily event where you just like tap. So I'm not gonna lie, this event looks very boring. Yeah, it just looks boring. But they're having a combat bike event though, which actually does look pretty good. And what do I mean by that? It's like this. Essentially what this event's gonna be, you're just gonna be going around like driving while shooting Tacit Discords. And this event actually looks pretty fun. I do want to see how it's gonna play out. So I am excited for this event. And then for like the main highlight event that they do have for this patch, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so the main highlight event that they have right here, where stars cascade down. This event is pretty much just the HSR bartending event, if you guys remember that. It's pretty much just that, except with more interactions. That's it. Like, as you can see right here. See, like, I kid you not, when I saw this, I thought to myself, this is just the HSR bartending event. That's the exact that I had. And I was correct. This is just the HSR bartending event. So this event doesn't look really anything crazy, but the rewards I'm hoping do look good. So overall, these events look solid. They look very good. I don't want to say very good. They look good. But one thing that caught me off guard though was this. They talked about this right here, how they're going to add more fights to Peaks of Prestige. And this does sound good until you realize how bad Pizza Prestige is now. And what I mean by that, the new mode for Pizza Prestige in the High Roy is garbage. Like I don't know if many people have played it, which I doubt, but for the people who have played it, you guys know how bad it is. With that stupid domain stuff that they had to the point where you can't even recycle cards and get energy for it. It's so stupid, and I think the fact that Kuro didn't address that in this live stream was very crazy and stupid in my opinion. So, while it does sound cool, they're updating Pizza Prestige and adding more fights to it. I can't be excited for it because this mode sucks to play. Like, I really don't get how the new version of this mode is a downgrade from the first one, which I do think a lot of people will agree with me on. That the High Roy version of Pizza Prestige is straight up boring and honestly very infuriating to play because I remember when I was doing this event, it took me so long to get past some of the stages because the domains for the CPU that they have are so stupid, and some of them are just straight up overpowered too, to the point where you can't even play in a lot of your turns. And because of that, it just made this mode so infuriating. I don't even think I finished it. Like straight up, I don't even think I finished it. I think I got the max rewards, but I don't even think I beat the final fight. I would have to check though. But anyway, this mode, it's bad now. And it honestly sucks to see how badly Kuro fumbled with it. But hopefully we get to see this mode get fixed one day. And then finally for the QOLs. So what they're adding is that they're going to actually update the Expedition motorbike. And with it, they're adding a new ability to the motorbike. So as you can see right here, let me find it real quick. Okay, so what the new motorbike ability that they're adding, you're going to be able to actually drive on ice with this ability. And this looks pretty cool if you ask me. They're adding an ability where you can drive on ice. Look, it looks great. They're updating the skill tree for the bike as well, as you can see right here. So the skill tree is going to be expanded. So the new ability that they're adding for the bike does look very cool. Definitely going to help a lot more with the new area. And they're also going to be updating the level system for the bike as well, as you can see right here. And then the final optimization they're going to be adding is that they're going to be fixing the batch merge system for echo management. So what you're going to be able to do now is that with the new data merge system, you will be able to synthesize echoes of target Sonata sets. And what I mean by this is that when you do a batch merge, you know how you usually get a random amount of echoes. What you're able to do now, let me see if I can just find it real quick. So what you're able to do now is that when you do a batch merge, instead of getting random echoes, you're actually able to get a Sonata set of whatever you want. So as you can see right here, they're doing a batch merge for whichever echo set that is. I forgot the name. And as you can see, once they do the batch merge, you'll be able to get that target set, which I actually am very glad they're adding because it just makes batch merging a lot more easier, and it just makes batch merging a lot more just honestly better because getting random echoes for batch merging before was pretty annoying. The fact that you can actually get set echoes for whichever Sonata set you want is very good. But the only downside is that you can only use it 10 times per week, which is, I guess, fine, but I think this should have been unlimited because it would just save a lot more time for echo grinding. So I'm very glad for this. And overall, that's essentially what they added for this patch. So Wuthering 3.1, it actually does look to be a very solid patch again. I don't get how people can call it mid. I think if you're calling it mid, again, you're just downplaying the patch. So I'm decently excited for this patch, but what do you guys think of this patch? Are you guys excited for it? Do you guys think it's mid? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell for when I do upload a new video. And I'll catch you in the next one.